what's going on, guys? So I'm finally making this video because I've been wanting to make this video since I made my channel. But I'm finally going to talk about my 2006 Ford Mustang GT. It's in screaming yellow, kind of rare. I kind of have a little bit of a story to it and like how I got it and stuff. But I want to go more into like a review about the car and like why I kind of picked it and stuff. So yeah, I kind of waited a little bit because I didn't want to like just make this one immediately, because I was kind of worried that like my videos weren't going to be that good. So far, my biggest video has been the review of my 2014 F-150. So if you haven't seen that, check that one out. But yeah, so I'm going to try to drive to a spot, like hopefully get a better view of the car and stuff. And yeah, I'm picking this back up. I just kind of wanted to go a little bit over, I guess, like how I got the car, why I got the car. So I basically had one of these already. I searched and searched for one, and it was really hard to find, but I eventually found one. I found it on Craigslist in South Carolina. So my grandparents, they actually live basically near Myrtle Beach, so I was kind of looking anywhere I could find one. So I was just checking everywhere, and then I found one there. I ended up buying it. It was $13K. It had 19,000 miles on it. It was the GT Premium in the screaming yellow, and then I went and got my grandpa to buy it for me, basically. But my dad and my brother actually went down there just to kind of like to look at it, but they were like on vacation, and they all ended up going there, looked at it, gave the guy like a deposit, and then my grandpa went and got the car and then drove it all the way from Myrtle Beach all the way to New Jersey for me on base, and then I basically just flew him back. But then I deployed, I came back, and then I was like, I don't want to keep the car because I don't want to like leave it outside. I was like still living in the dorms and stuff, so I didn't have a garage or anything. I just didn't want to ruin the car because it was a garage kept car, like immaculate, perfect car. And then I sold the car, bought a truck. The truck ended up being kind of like a lemon. And then I went and bought, I traded in for a brand new Honda Civic. And then I got tired of that, got something else, but that's another story for another time. But yeah, so I eventually was like, I regretted it because I always wanted this car. I finally had gotten one. I got a low mileage one. They didn't make a lot of these. I believe only like 750 of them because they only made them 2005 and 2006. And they didn't make that many in like the GT Premium either, because if you think about all the other trims, like they had the V6 and then they had just a Deluxe and then the Premium. I believe that's it. But, you know, just the different trim models and stuff. So like I got the highest one I can get. Yeah, so I eventually was like, you know what, I want to get another one. I have a house now, so I have a garage, and I was like, I really want another one of these. So I just basically like just started searching and searching again, and I eventually found one on the marketplace, and I went to Connecticut with my friend, and then we looked at it, and I was like, I don't really know about this one. So I ended up not getting it. It had low mileage too. I think it only had about 25 or 30,000 miles on it, but then I kind of waited, maybe, I don't know, maybe like 6 more months, and then I just started looking again like crazy, and I was like, really, like, I really want one now, because the other one, I was like, I want one, but like, I wasn't like as crazy as I was when I got this one, and then I finally was like, you know what, I'm really going to find one, I'm going to buy it. So I eventually found one. I actually found it in Connecticut again. So me and my friend, we took the ferry from Long Island to there in my truck. I went, looked at the car, everything checked out. This car is like perfect. It had about high 25,000 miles on it, and I bought it. We came back on the ferry, took it back, and yeah. So now I've been wanting to like make a lot of videos around this car for like the last maybe like 3 years. Like I just started watching like Derek Barron Productions and stuff, and just like seeing how like they'll take like an older car. Same thing with Nate Ryder. Like he was the first one I started watching. He had the 3-valve, and I just like always loved this car. This is like the car that like my grandpa, he's had a bunch of them, and I just kind of like fell in love with it because I kind of grew up with it, and I've always just wanted one. So, and yellow is my favorite color, so that's kind of why I wanted the yellow. And it's just, I like things that are different, and not many people have a yellow Mustang, so I kind of want to be known as the guy with the yellow Mustang. And I've kind of been looking around on YouTube and stuff because I watch a lot of YouTube, and I have not found anybody that's really done like a build on this car. So that's the end goal eventually, is to do like a crazy build on this. But I kind of want to get into the review because I kind of did a lot about story about this car, which I probably should have done for another video, but that's whatever. But I'm kind of going to go into the interior a little first, just because I'm already in here and I want to show off the good stuff like last. So basically, this is what you get. So compared to the newer ones, it's a lot more bare base, which that's kind of why I like it. It's a lot more raw feeling driving this car. I had a 2015 Premium, but I just love this one way more. I also put the shift ball in it with the Hurst shifter. Yeah, so to me, I just love like how classic looking this is, because I really want a 67 fastback eventually, and this just gives that look. Like, this is a very classic looking, and I love it. But so turning it on, I don't know how easy it is to see with the glare, but try to show it as best as I can. So I got, if it'll focus, 26,000 miles on this thing right now. I barely drove it since I bought it, but kind of going through this a little bit, you get how much till E, your average, your fuel economy, like as you're driving, how many gallons used, your timer if you want that for like a trip, your average MPH, or you can just have nothing. So it's pretty bare. And then the rest of your gauges are, you know, they're pretty typical. Like, you have your temperature, your fuel, then you have your RPMs. So nothing like crazy. And another thing, which I know I definitely won't be able to show right now, but at night you can see it a lot more. You can change the colors of all the gauges, and you can actually custom make what colors you want. So that's kind of cool to do. I know a lot of the other premiums, they have that now. But besides that, not really too much in here. Like basic climate controls, your info and stuff that you can, so you can mess with the gauge over there. You can reset everything. Your traction control, your hazards. And that's like pretty much it. There's not really much else to this. But a difference between this and the Deluxe, if you're looking at that, this, like, I guess a brushed aluminum, it's like a black color more than like the silver, which at first when I had this car, I hated the silver. I like the Deluxe better, but it's grown on me so much, and I don't think I'd ever change it. Because at first I believe in the Roushes you can get them, but you can get carbon fiber dash, which is, it's pretty cool. I really like the look of it because it's like a gloss and stuff. But I just feel like everybody's been putting carbon in their cars, and it's not for me anymore. I don't really love it anymore. But I also hated all the plasticky stuff in it. Like, there's just so much plastic in here. So that was like another reason why I didn't really like this, and I wanted to do so much to the interior. But now, I just appreciate it a lot more. So I'd probably keep everything in the interior the same. Even the seats. Like, I just love the classic looking like bucket seats. So I probably won't even like put, even if I make like a lot of power, which is eventually like my goal, I probably wouldn't put any like race seats or anything in it. But besides that, like, this is basically the interior, and you know, you could put some stuff in there. And then you got your glove box, obviously, but nothing too fancy there. Also, something else that I didn't say, with the Premium, you get the Shaker 500. I know some of them, you actually get a sub in the back. Mine doesn't have that, but that is an option too. And then show you like kind of like an outside. So the door panels with your Shaker 500. The back, I know a lot of people will do a rear seat delete. I love the look of it. I know the 13 and 14, a lot of people don't like how the headrests go all the way up and you can't really see too far back. I mean, I don't have that issue with these ones, so to me, I'll probably just keep it because I really like the look. And then getting to the better stuff, oh, something else too, you get your power seat. The other one's a manual, but on here you can change your lumbar support and you can move it forwards, backwards, and then obviously move the seat back. That's pretty much it for the interior though. And then kind of giving you a walk around. So this is the Screaming Yellow, which I love this color. Just looks so good. I'll talk more about like my plans of what I want to do to this in another video. one crazy thing that I don't like is these stripes. They like have to go like soon. And the car is like filthy right now. I haven't not washed it since I bought it. I've had it since I believe October or December, like around that time. And it's kind of just been sitting in the garage. I maybe drove it 8 times since I bought it. And something else I really need is tires, because they're starting to crack. I don't know if you can see it. And I had aftermarket wheels on my other one. I had these Foos, the bullet style. They were like gloss black with like a really small like white stripe around the wheel. So now after like having these, I don't really like them because it looks so much better with that. And I also had a really dark tint. I believe it was 5% all around. And I also wrapped the roof myself, and it just looks so much better. But I'm just more happy that I actually have the car, and I'm just like, I can't believe I actually got it, and it's super low mileage, and I will never get rid of this car. But this is it. So also I just wanted to show off my engine bay. It's really dirty right now. So I actually bought this from a female, and she said when I bought the car from her that she was like, she didn't want to like really wash it. She didn't wash this at all because she was afraid she'd ruin something. So that's why it's not as clean. But this car is immaculate. It just needs a wash, really. The only thing that I guess in here wise is there's a little bit of like a burn, I guess. I'm not really sure what that's from. I guess heat. But I'd like to replace this because I want it to look really good. I know I've seen like custom ones where people like paint them and stuff. I don't know if I do that, but I don't know. I definitely want to get a new one. But otherwise, this thing is really clean. But this is the 4.6, the 3 valves, what these are known for. And I think it's the best engine they ever made, like from Ford. They're just super reliable, just a great car. I'm picking up the camera on the GoPro now, but I just kind of wanted to show a little bit of like the drivability of this car, and like, I guess like a little bit of a pull, but just kind of talking about it a little bit, like compared to my 2015 Premium, because right now the S550 is so hot. Like a lot of people really want one of them, but I like this car way more than the S550, and like the biggest reason is because of the classic look is one really big selling point, because I think it looks way better than the rest. And the really big thing too is if you want something like really raw feeling, if you get one of those S550s, they're a lot of fun. Especially like I had a full bolt-on one, and it was so much fun with the Borla attacks, so it was super loud. And basically like that car is just like, it's just so like smooth, like when you pull on it and stuff, like it's fast, really fast, but like it just doesn't give you that same like feeling like when you drive this. Like this, you know, it gets scary a little bit because it'll get swirly really fast. Like you'll put your foot all the way down and this thing will start kicking out. In my S550, it was a 2015, and you would put your foot all the way down and that thing like wouldn't go anywhere. It would just, you know, it would just go straight, and it would just pull real hard, but it just feels so smooth. Like it just, this, I'll feel like it'll throw me back in my seat, and it'll just like, I don't know, it's more engaging, and you get more sound from it. I don't know, I just love the feeling of being in this rather than that. But I mean, I guess it's all personal preference at the end of the day, like what you like. But there's just something about like an older car for me, like especially look wise, and then just driving it, like I don't know, if you want that kind of thing, like I would definitely get one of these over one of the newer ones. Like the newer ones are fun and stuff, but I don't know, there's just something about this. And like also biggest thing is this right here, a manual. Everybody wants that new 10-speed. Yeah, 10-speed is real fast and stuff, and it's real smooth, like I get that, but I don't know, there's just something about driving a manual, like it's just way more fun to me. Like I don't think I'd ever like want to buy a 10-speed, especially if it's like not even like a daily car. Like I can understand if you're dailying and stuff, you don't want to drive a manual and stuff, yeah, it makes sense. But I don't know, I don't really drive this car that much, and like I want to enjoy it, and I feel like I'm going to enjoy it way more with a manual. But here's like I'll show like I guess a little pull. Put the windows down real quick so it's a little noisy. But I'm gonna drop a gear. Drop one more. And right after this curve, I'm gonna let it go. I just want to rip on it all the time, even though it's not like, so, they put the windows up real quick. Coming from the factory, this thing's only got about 310 horsepower to the crank, so I don't know, maybe like 250 to the wheel. And torque wise, like these things are known for like not being able to handle a lot of torque more than like horsepower. Like you can blow this thing up pretty easily, but I don't know, it's just so much more fun than the newer ones, even though it's like not as powerful and stuff. And I'm sure like people that have like 2 valves and everything else, like they'd probably agree that there's just something about like driving one of these, like one of the older ones. It's just, I don't know, I'm really excited to start working on this. Alright, I just wanted to finish the video up real quick, but I just wanted to say this is really what I want to do. Like I really just like trying to make videos and stuff. Like I really enjoy doing this, even though I haven't really done it too long. But I know sometimes like my confidence doesn't seem like as good, but hopefully like I'm getting better with like talking in the camera and stuff, because it definitely felt really weird. Hopefully I'm getting a little bit better with it though, and my quality's getting better. But if you watch this far, I really appreciate it. If you could just engage in my video, it really helps, especially being so small right now. Like I'm just trying to get more viewers, and hopefully I can just continue to keep doing this. I'm not really doing it for the views and stuff right now. Like I'm really just trying to do it just because I enjoy making videos, and I just love talking about like my cars. Like if I can just do that all the time, like that's basically the dream job. So hopefully I can look back in a year and look at this video and be like, man, like I actually like started gaining some traction and stuff on YouTube. Like that would be awesome. I mean, anything's possible, I guess, but we'll see. But if you watch this far, I really appreciate you. Yeah, I can't wait till you like really see the journey with this car, because there's gonna be a lot of things that I try to do to it. Hopefully soon. I don't really know like what I'm gonna do first, but we'll get into it later on. But yeah, thank you.